Hello, I'm Jantien Powell. This is Chapel Cottage Studio. We're going to have a go today at painting light on the water in a ripply sea where you see that sunshine catching the tops of all the ripples in the sea. Always looks really, really difficult to try to paint, but this is a very, very easy way to do it. I've got a sheet of watercolour paper, just masking taped onto my board, onto my very old dirty board, that's fine. And I'm going to use some acrylic inks. Again, some of my favourites, Liquitex ink, beautiful acrylic ink. I'm using a blue and I'm using a green. This is Sennelier purple. The blue and the pink sort of colours I use all the time because I really like them. And we've got this sap green mixed in today for the sea. So, I'm going to begin. I've also got a mop brush here, which is a very fat, very soft watercolour brush, which will hold the water. And there's a slightly smaller watercolour brush that has a point to it. Both of those are going to be useful today. And a glass of water. On the table in front of me, you can see that I've got lots and lots and lots of kitchen towel put down on the table because it is going to be messy. Most of my classes are messy. I like messy painting. So we're going to go straight in using my Liquitex blue, and I'm holding my board and my piece of watercolour paper up at a really steep angle. And I'm going to go straight in with this blue, taking it out of the bottle with the pipette, starting at the top of the paper, and I'm going to let it run down the paper. And I'm going to do this for quite a long way across. Then I'm going to start to use the water with my big brush, big mop brush that holds loads of water. And I'm going to squeeze the brush at the top end of the paper. So loads of water is going to start flowing down the paper. If I feel like I want to get a bit more on there, I'll put a bit of water in the middle and start another row of ink. Doesn't matter if you get some blobs and dobs in the middle, doesn't matter in the slightest. Everything's going to start pouring down at a really nice horizontal, or it'll be horizontal when we hold it up the other way. It's vertical for now. Let this fall down the paper. Put a bit more on there. And I'm going to work my way across. I'm trying not to go too far down here with my brush because I do want to leave the light coming up to the edge. So even though I have to squeeze it along the edge, I'm not pressing down on the paper too much. Let's try and keep it so that we've got a lot of white in amongst it. I'm going to carry on across with the blue, do some more, all the way to the other end. I'm trying not to make them too regular, the gaps between the blue. We don't want them regular, we want them really nice and random sizes. Put the top on the blue. I've said this before, every time you put those inks down, put the tops on because they're very, very easy to tip. Work my way along with the water. You can see that I'm getting lots of different tones of blue. Some of it stays really dark. Some of it gets watered down really pale. Keeping my brush always near the top, unless I want to put an extra little shape in somewhere, if I feel it's a little bit too white. Right, having got that far, I'm going to pick up my green now instead, and I'm going to put some of this through it and make some different rows that have got green in them. Let's put a bit across there. So we're going to get nice sea greens, nice sea blues, some different colours. Try and make the green occasionally form a line of its own and not always follow the blue. And sometimes it can mix in with the blue. Then I'm going to go again with the water. And we're going to get some nice different greens, letting it flow down the paper. And having gone all the way across, I'm going to turn the board the other way. And we're going to do some from the other side. You've got to turn it quickly or everything will start to run a different way. Let's get a bit from this side. So we've got a bit of that thicker paint or ink on this side as well, and a bit of the green. And then we're going to finally add one more colour just to make a contrast. Let's get this green across. Everything is going to run in a really nice near vertical, so you really don't have to worry about it at all. You don't have to worry about making it go the right way. It's going to do it all by itself. So we're just going to get some thicker bits up on this end of the paper as well. And let some of those colours run down. There's a big blob there, don't think he matters. I think we'll let it be. And I'm just looking as I go, is there anywhere that's got too much white? Let's fill a little bit in. If it has, fill it in a little bit. Gosh, this is very, very messy. Makes it great fun. I like mess. Okay, and I'm going to finish off with just a very small amount of this bright pink. Whoops, there's quite a lot there. Put a bit down there. It doesn't matter at all, I'll just make it into a bit part of the sea. Bit by there, a little bit at the bottom. Just to add a little hint of a different colour. Let it run down the paper. Oh, that's nice. This is a little bit my sort of default colour. I love pink. I always think every picture I finish, I'm generally thinking, oh, it needs a bit of pink. And if I can do it really quickly, just going to turn it over and do that part that threw itself down here. There we are. See, it's very nice. You don't have to worry about a thing. Now, I'm going to put that down and leave it to dry. And I've got one that I've finished earlier on that I can show you. Okay, I couldn't turn the other one up vertical because all the paint would have gone the wrong way whilst it's still wet. But here's one that I finished earlier on, and I can turn this up the way that I want it to be. And you can see it gives you a really nice effect of light on the water. So here's a nice background to put your boats, your swans, whatever you'd like to draw onto it, on top of it. And we've got a beautiful background. Thank you very much.